Welcome to the podcast, Alex. I'm so happy you're here.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here with you.
So one of the things about you is that you are, at least at this time, the youngest person that's a part of Rich Stylist.
That's crazy.
I know, right? I can't believe you're 21. You've done so many things. And one of the things is that you're just fearless.
Thank you.
Where does that come from? And how are you at 21 able to make these bold decisions and invest in yourself and go all in your business at such a young age?
Well, my biggest thing is I definitely don't want to have any regrets in life. So I will try to do whatever it takes to make that not happen. And joining this group is definitely like one of those things.
So what was your story before Rich Stylist? Tell us a little bit about like your journey into the hair industry again at such a young age.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of people ask me like, how are you so young and you've been doing hair for so long? Well, I went to a technical high school, which means that I chose a shop that I wanted to be in. So I chose cosmetology when I was 14, and I just knew I wanted to do hair my whole life. And another reason is because I've had thin hair my whole life, so I wanted to help other women feel beautiful, and I was also really interested in extensions. So I started shampooing at a young age. I then went on to assist, and then I had my own chair. So I worked in a salon, 2 different salons for about like a total of 5 years. And I gained a ton of knowledge in this field. I learned how to talk to people, how to talk to different types of clients. Like when I first started, I didn't even know what a toner was when I was like 15. And I was working in a salon applying toners. So I definitely came a long way.
Is anybody in your family in the hair industry?
No.
So
nowhere near.
Do you remember like what clicked or what inspired you to be like, hair, that's what I'm going to do?
So I've always been a girly girl. My sister was the tomboy. And when I was little, I wanted to be a famous hair and makeup artist. So I think it all stemmed from there. Like I was always very girly. I love pink. So, and I've also had thin hair my whole life. So that's like the biggest motivator for me. I want to make other people feel beautiful with whatever hair they have on their head.
When were you first introduced to extensions?
Working in my first salon. So they would do them and I was very interested. It definitely made the client feel a lot more beautiful. And then working in my second salon, I got my first set of tape-ins in my hair when I was like 16 years old. And I absolutely fell in love and I gained so much confidence. I like turned into a whole different person. So from there on, I started applying them and I saw the confidence that it gave my clients and that just like fulfilled me so much. And I don't think any other job like for me would have done that for me.
Yeah, definitely. I can understand. Now, you mentioned living without having regrets. Where did that come from?
So obviously I'm very young and I did start at a young age. So my thing is I just want to push myself. And I know that since I started at such a young age, I can accomplish things and I could still be very young and be very successful in a couple years. Another thing is working in those 2 salons for 5 years, I saw other stylists that were much older than me, and they've been working there for 20, 30, 40 years. And I mean, they've just been doing touch-ups, basic foils, perms, and I mean, they're making ends meet, but they're not anywhere near where they want to be, I'm guessing.
Did you feel like they were happy?
I don't think that they were happy. I think that they were very stressed and, break room talks.
Sure.
We would all be talking in the break room and I don't think that they seemed very happy. I mean, some of them, but for the most part, I don't think so. And I definitely didn't want to turn out like that. So I wanted to find a different path and a different way to make my life a little bit different than theirs.
What was your biggest motivator for joining Rich Stylist?
So after working in those 2 salons for 5 years, COVID hit and I started doing lashes and out of my house. And I was making a lot of money doing that. So I ended up quitting my salon job and I started doing hair and lashes out of my house. And I was doing pretty good. But about like 2 years, like 3 years in a row, I was making the same amount of money per year. And
even moving to do them in your house.
Yeah. I was making more than I did at the salon, but at my house, I was making the same amount of money and nothing was really growing. Like I had a pretty steady clientele. Like new clients would come, old clients would go, but I would always have a pretty steady clientele. So I wanted something to change and I didn't know how to make that change. I was taking different classes, learning different skills, like technical skills, foiling classes, balayage classes, hair extension classes, but I didn't know how to market myself. I didn't know how to put myself out there correctly. So I was looking for someone or something to teach me how to do that. And I've been following you, Ashley, for like 3 years, and I've known about the group. So the ad popped up and I clicked on the ad and I'm like, okay, we got to do a Zoom call. I was like a little nervous about the Zoom call because I'm like, I don't really go on many Zoom calls. So I'm like, this must be like real official. So I went on the Zoom call. It was like maybe a 30-minute Zoom call, but I was very interested because I saw a lot of the stylists that I've looked up to my whole journey, and they had technical videos like within this group, and there was a lot of support from within this group, and I just really needed that, and I needed someone to push me along further. So that was my way of like getting out of this cycle of making the same amount every year.
I love that. What's some of your favorite stylists inside of Rich Stylist or favorite videos, trainings?
I love Lindsay Medeiros.
We love Lindsay.
I've looked up to her for such a long time, and she's the one who like got me into like loving kTips. She's the one that made me want to get my first set of kTips. So I definitely look up to her a lot, and I love her story. She started off, she was like a single mom, and she opened her own salon all by herself. So I think that was great.
How does it feel to be surrounded by inspiring stylists and some of your favorite people in the industry?
It's literally unimaginable because I am so young, and I'm like, I feel like some like opportunities just fell into my lap, and you know, I don't give myself credit for like all of the stuff that I've done. You know, I'm just like, well, I'm just doing hair. I'm going along like, but I think that's a good thing because I don't think you should ever be content with where you're at.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Why is growth important to you?
Well, I am very young, and in a couple years, I mean, ever since I joined Rich Stylist, it's only been 90 days and I already have been making more money than I ever have. But imagine
love to hear
like,
that.
yeah,
That's awesome.
like in 5 years, I'm only going to be like 26.
Yeah.
And that's 5 years from now, I'm going to be doing like fucking amazing. So
yes.
I'm very excited for that. And I think that I really just don't want to have any regrets. And I want to do everything that I am capable of to whatever.
It's the best way to live.
Yeah.
I think so many people go through their life and they regret fuck tons. They regret so much, whether it's in their personal life or a business they wish they would have been, you know, brave enough to create or invest in. I think to have the goal of I want to live without regrets is one of the coolest things ever. I super admire that about you.
Thank you.
Have you ever had anyone underestimate you or not take you seriously because of your young age?
Definitely. So working at a salon at such a young age, I've definitely had, because the one salon, well, I mean, both of them, they had a lot of older clients. So they would look at me and, you know, they would ask me questions like, how old are you like? And of course I was the baby at all the salons that I worked at. So, you know, they would ask me, how long have you been doing hair? And like all this stuff. And I would just, you know, make them feel comfortable. And I would explain to them like what we're doing, have a very long consultation. And so they did feel comfortable after all.
You feel like you had to like overcompensate a bit?
Yeah, definitely more than like someone that was much older than me. So I had to really prove to them all of the knowledge that I had. And they really did feel comfortable with me obviously after seeing their hair, but even during the consultation, because I really did sound like knowledgeable when I was talking to them, and they felt comfortable because I went through like every single detail of the consultation. So that's one thing. Another thing of like underestimating is my old boss.
Well, I feel like we're going to get like the tea or something.
Yeah, we're getting the tea, girl.
You're like, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, give it to us.
So, I was about like, I don't know, 15, 16 at the time. And I got paid every 2 weeks. And so I looked at my paychecks one day. I never really looked. I was young. I didn't know. So I looked at my paychecks one day after maybe like a couple months, 3, 4, 5 months of working there. And I noticed, something's off. And I noticed I was only getting paid 1 week's worth every 2 weeks. So I was only getting paid for 7 days every 14 days. I was getting paid half.
So every 2 weeks, there was a week that you were not getting paid from.
Yes. I was only getting paid for 1 week. So I was getting paid half of what I was owed. And I confronted my boss about that. I was very afraid. I even like wrote it down in my notepad what I was going to say. Like,
It was very intimidating.
yeah, and I was
at that
young.
age.
Like I was very nervous, and I wrote it down. I practiced it, what I was going to say. Wow. So I went into her office. I talked to her about it, and she's like, "You know what? You're a really smart kid. Like, did your parents like figure that out or something?" And I was like, "No, like I just noticed something was off. So I figured I'd talk to you." So then she actually paid me hundreds of dollars worth of what she owed me.
So let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You were getting paid every 2 weeks, which really should have been for 2 weeks.
Yes.
And it was 1 week's worth of pay.
Yep.
You brought it to her attention, and she said, basically, well, aren't you smart?
Yeah.
Meaning that, am I understanding this correctly, that on purpose she was withholding a week's worth of pay every pay date?
That's truly what I believe with my heart, because I don't think that she would have
Because
paid
then she
it.
paid up.
Yeah.
She was like, aren't you a smart cookie? And
Yeah.
then she paid you.
I don't think she would have paid me if she didn't think she was doing something wrong. So I think that she was definitely trying to take advantage of my age, especially because she said, like, oh, did your parents figure that out? So I think it was because of my age. And then even after the fact, I worked in that salon for years, and basically maybe twice a month I would come into her office and talk to her, and there would be something off about my paycheck.
No
and she would
way.
pay me back every single time. So I don't know if she
bitch
was
was
like
stealing money?
Yeah. So I don't know if she was
Listen.
like, I don't know if she was all over the place, or
Who
if
we
she was
gonna
trying to
forward this
withhold the money.
podcast to?
Yeah. We're spilling all the
my.
tea. But I definitely felt taken advantage of, and that's where I believe I got my confidence from, was like standing up to this, like, what in my head was like this big, like, not like bad guy, but like, you know what I mean? Like, she was very intimidating, and I was like standing up to her at a young age. So that gave me a lot of confidence that I did not have beforehand.
Well, you stood up for yourself, and it literally paid off. Mm-hmm. Wow.
So another thing about my age is that people really haven't taken me seriously because I was so young. So Rich Stylist really did help me improve that aspect. So some ways that it has improved is I've gotten professional pictures done, and that really helps people to take me seriously, and they know that, like, I am about this life, and I want to be a great hairdresser, and I want to know all of the things, and I want to give my clients healthy, beautiful hair. And another thing is that I invest a lot of money in my education, like more than a lot of like people older than me do.
Sure.
So, and my clients see that, and my clients tell me that, and they're like, no other stylists around here are posting this much about going to classes than you are, and that's why I'm coming to you. Like, even new clients, like, they'll come to me for the first time and they're like, I found you on Instagram, and I just see you go to so many classes, and I didn't find anybody else on Instagram like that, so that's why I came to you, because I feel like you really know what you're doing. And I'm like, wow, like,
that's awesome.
That means a lot, because, I am so young, but I'm also very confident in my ability and my skills. So that really does mean a lot. And I've always been the baby stylist, but I definitely don't take on that persona anymore, especially after like standing up to so many people and proving myself.
Mm-hmm. Well, it seems like you've decided to really show up as a serious professional stylist online. Like, in the past, you've been, maybe we could say, taken advantage of or not taken seriously because of your young age, but you decided, not only in person, but also online, I want to show up as an uber professional be taken very seriously. Even though I am very youthful online, I still want to show up as a boss and be paid that way, and really I want to be seen as a professional because that's how I am.
Right. And that's how all of your clients are going to find you these days. They're going to find you online. So if you don't look professional online, if you don't have those good pictures, like, they're not going to come to you. We're not in the day and age where they're calling the receptionist. Like, they might, they're not going to call to make an appointment anymore for a lot of places. They might DM you, they might like text you, but they're going to go to your Instagram and they're going to see your portfolio of work and what you've been up to. And so that really has to be like on par on like how professional you really are.
Yeah, it's what makes you stand out amongst the others.
Right.
So tell me about, with Rich Stylist, working with your one-on-one coach and going through the Rich Stylist roadmap. What was that like for you?
That was great. And I really needed someone to talk to, especially being like having a home-based salon. I had nobody to talk to. I could reach out to other stylists, but they're not going to respond in time to give me a formula.
Sure.
So, and like, I don't really know anybody that is home-based that I can really talk to. So I was feeling very lonely for like 3 years, and it was bad. So she definitely helps me a lot, and I just unload it all on her. I feel bad for her sometimes.
You don't have to feel bad. That's what she's there for.
But she really does give me some great advice. And without her help, I definitely wouldn't be where I am today, and I wouldn't have gotten those professional pictures done probably. Like, she really motivated me, and she gave me a lot of advice. So yeah, she's great.
Tell me what you think about the group calls, because you've shown up to a lot of the group calls on Rich Stylist. What is that like for you?
So that's like one of my favorite parts. I love hearing from other stylists and hearing their opinions on like different hair brand companies, different color companies, their different experiences with their clients. And it really just gives me guidance on how to deal with my clients. And, I want to use the best products on my clients. And during those calls, I can figure out what those are. And we also have technical calls, so that helps a lot too. You can go take a one-day class, but they're not gonna go as in depth as like Caitlin does in our calls.
Yeah.
So
we don't hold back.
Yeah.
We tell you exactly all the things off the record.
Right.
I want to read one of your first posts in the group. And I remember this day because it just made me so happy to see you posted this cute, sassy selfie video, and you were just happy and grateful and sharing all the positive things. But what you said was, I am so grateful for today. Everything is really coming together. I've been doing hair for about 6 years. I tried out lashes for the past 3 years, and I decided I want to transition mainly into hair. I'm applying everything I'm learning in these guides and the group calls, and it's totally paying off. What Ashley teaches must be the formula to success because it's working. This is so cliche, but don't be afraid to pivot and go after what you want, because you never know what would have happened if you didn't. This group was a push I needed to keep moving forward. One of the things I think that's so cool about that is there are so many stylists who would never have the confidence to post something like that, post a selfie video of themselves, follow through with the steps to success, and you're showing up and doing it. And something about me is that, or Alex and I always say, is that you can get the results. You can pay with your money to get the results quicker, or you can pay with your time.
Right.
Now, for me, I paid with my time. My whole 20s, I was learning and testing and figuring things out. But I would give anything to say, like, if there was just something or a roadmap, or if I could have paid and got everything condensed down into what you have done, oh my goodness, I would have done that in a freaking heartbeat. I think it's amazing that you have that mindset now, and I think it's inspiring for people of all ages, really, especially people older than you, to be like, hello, Alex is over here 21 and confident, making decisions, knowing that 5 years from now, she's only gonna be 26. And like you said, you're gonna be doing fucking awesome. I think it's really inspiring, and yeah, we just need more of that, more of that in the world, more people and more women really making powerful decisions for themselves that make a big impact.
We do. And, we just need to follow through with our actions. If we want to do something, then we need to do it. We can't say we're going to do something and then not do it. And especially with this group, I mean, you're paying to be in a group, and I'm paying to be in this group, and I'm going to follow the steps because I am in this group. So I followed the steps. I'm not going to let this money go to waste.
Yeah.
So I followed every single step, and it really did work. So, and I could have never done that on my own. I really couldn't. I literally would not know where to start. So, yeah.
Let's talk about a win you just had. I have a win. This was just a couple days ago. It was, just 3 days ago. You said, I'm feeling unstoppable today. I just had my first client for $1,900 for my first kTip application ever. I never thought I'd get to this point, and it's definitely because of this group.
Yep. So I was very excited. I did a couple models already, but obviously you're not.
You were new to kTips.
Yeah. So I just started doing kTips a month ago or something. Yeah. And I took the Bellamy kTip course, and I just jumped headfirst into it because I really do love kTips. I've had them in my head before. And doing those 5 models that I did, I really got confident. And I don't mean to sound any type of way, but I think that I'm really good at kTips. And I think my sectioning is perfect.
Yes.
Obviously, there's room to improve, with anything. But I think that with eyelash extensions, it really helped me be very meticulous, with the isolation, and, don't place it too close to their actual skin. So I think that I've gotten really good at that. But yeah, for this paying client, I was very excited because, it's a lot of work to be doing these models and not be getting paid. You might get a tip, but you're not getting paid nearly as much as you want to be paid.
Yeah.
So
you were practicing with models, and then did you have someone reach out? Was it someone that you already knew? Was it a client that you upgraded? How did that unfold?
So it was a client that I met when I was out at the bar, actually.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the best way to get clients because they know you. And that's happened to me a lot. And those type of clients are my longtime clients. So, you might find clients on Instagram, and I have a lot of longtime Instagram clients, but the clients you meet out in person are the ones that will probably stick with you for life.
Yeah, I totally agree. Now, did she run up to you and say, I love your hair? Do you do hair, or did you just guys start a conversation?
So I was with my other hairdressing friend. We were sitting at the bar, and we just started talking to these other 2 girls next to us. We didn't even, know who they were. But yeah, I think we were complimenting each other's hair. Her other friend was a hairdresser. So we were just talking about hair, and obviously, told them we did hair. So yeah, she just had my Instagram and Snapchat for a while, and she was following me, and she saw that I did these kTips, and her family members have hair extensions too. So she really wanted them. So she came to me, we did her consultation, and we basically got her hair the next day.
How did you feel doing that first kTip consultation?
The first one ever.
Yeah.
So I was a little nervous, but I don't think it showed to my client because she bought the hair the same day. So, I was nervous at first, but having the consultation sheet provided by Rich Stylist Academy definitely calmed my nerves a little bit because I knew exactly what to ask them. It was a little guide. So I didn't really have to pull things from the top of my head.
What advice would you give to a stylist who is looking for more out of their life and their business?
So you definitely want to have a community that's going to uplift you, that's going to help you in times of need and give you great advice. You need that support. You can't do this all on your own. And I've tried to do it all on my own, and it was very lonely. So you definitely need that community and that backbone to support you.
How important was it for you at the time when you found Rich Stylist to have that extra support?
It was very important because I was feeling very lonely throughout my whole journey of working from home, having my salon at home.
So you're still working from home?
Yes, I'm currently working from home.
You have a home salon?
I have a home salon. I just renovated it. It looks beautiful. So yeah, I work from home. I was very lonely for a long time, but I joined Rich Stylist 3 months ago-ish, and I'm feeling a lot better. I was raving to everybody about it. I was telling all my friends. And they knew that I was really doing something good for myself, and they could also see in my business they're like, wow, I really see you doing good lately. Even like people I haven't talked to in a while, they'll just message me on Facebook and they'll be like, wow, like it seems like your business is doing really great lately. And I'm like, thank you. Like, I wonder why.
That's awesome. What is it like having like a full-on home salon? Because I wouldn't even say like, oh, I just do hair out of my house. Yours isn't I just do hair out of my house. You full-on are having like a high-profile professional business via a home salon.
Yes. So when a lot of people think of home salon, they just think like they're coming into your bathroom or your kitchen or something and you're doing their hair. But no, we got 2 front doors to my house. So one is the main front door, one is my salon door. So they come right through the door. It's all set up right there. They don't have to walk throughout the house. So it's beautiful. I take so much pride in my salon. I got everything that a normal salon would have. But obviously, it has its ups and it has its downs.
What are some of the challenges that you've experienced with having a home salon?
So obviously, it's not as easy as working for somebody. You have to take care of a lot more by yourself. And another thing is, whoever else is living in your house, you got to make sure they are respecting your space.
Sure.
So it's really hard when they don't, they'll walk on through, they'll leave a track of dirt or something and they won't.
You're trying to like service really
like high-paying clients, and they don't want to see dirt on the floor, Like even in the past, a couple years ago, one of my clients mentioned to me, she's like, your floor is really dirty. And I was like, that was so embarrassing. So ever since then, I've been cleaning, so it was bad. But, I have a cleaning lady come in. I have her clean for me because it's just a lot of work and you don't want to do it all yourself. So I do it all myself pretty much, other than cleaning once in a blue moon. But my dad is always at work. My mom is sick. So I'm the one outside doing the yard work. They don't necessarily have the money to pay for someone to clean up the outside of our house. So I'm doing all that as well. I'm raking the whole yard. I'm pulling the weeds out. When summer comes, I'll be planting flowers. I want to make it look really nice and high end for these high end clients that I want to have. So it definitely makes it a little bit more stressful having people that don't respect your space. And of course, I love my parents and they do respect my space, but not to the extent that I would like them to. So that definitely makes it a little bit harder. And, that can go hand in hand with having a salon and having employees that don't respect your space. They're leaving color everywhere. They're leaving a mess everywhere.
It's your baby.
Yeah. So exactly. It's your baby. And you want people to respect that. And not everybody is going to respect that.
Do your parents fully understand what you're doing and your goals and what you want for your future and such?
I think they understand a little bit, but I don't think anybody that's not in this hairdressing community really understands what doing hair is all about. They think you're just giving people beautiful hair, which I am, but they think you're just playing with hair all day. And I mean, this is hard work. I just got diagnosed with carpal tunnel and arthritis in my neck. So it's hard work, but I don't know, they really don't understand how much work it is. To them, it just seems like you're playing with hair. But to me, it was thousands and thousands of dollars worth of knowledge and classes that I had to take to get to this point.
What are you most excited about for your future?
I'm just excited, first off, to make a lot of money because I want to have a family one day and I want to have nice things. I feel like I'm a bougie girl, so I want money first of all. But most importantly, I want to make women feel beautiful because my whole life I've had thin hair and I never had a solution for that until I got my first set of tape-ins. So, and then I had kTips and then I had wefts. So, that is my main goal in life. I want to help people with something that I've struggled with for 21 years. So, and just seeing the look on my clients' faces just fulfills me so much. Even if it's 7 hours of work, I don't even feel tired after that because I'm so fulfilled and I just feel so happy, that they're happy. And I think that there's really no limit to where I can go. I mean, I'm so young and I'm already accomplishing so much, obviously thanks to you guys as well. Well,
you are doing it.
Thank you.
You're making it happen, and it's impressive. It's exciting. Yeah. What else?
So speaking of the future, I actually made one of your affirmations my lock screen because I loved it so much. And I've been looking at it literally every single day.
Oh.
So this affirmation says, I wake up with excitement and purpose. My confidence is rising and I love the person I'm becoming. So I love to look at that every day and it really helps me. And even if I don't notice that it's there, I feel like it's really like penetrating into my soul.
Yes.
So I really do feel like the sky's the limit and I don't put any limits on myself. And I definitely couldn't have got here without the help of you and Alex and the other Ashley. And yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. It's been the best, and I am so excited for your future. You are truly only beginning.
I had so much fun talking with you.